He's kind of toast. So, and looks like you actually hit a very, very nice timing window right now, I would say.
Yeah, I was trying to wait for my last roach to come in, but apparently I didn't. So, here, I don't know if I actually targeted down the sentries or not.
Doesn't... Well, now you are. And this is actually a very, very worth it attack, in my opinion.
Yeah, the only thing is that Zealot's whooping my ass.
That's fine, though. You'll glad... As a Zerg player, I'd say that was worth the trade. Because you depleted, what, 5 sentries right there?
Yeah, something like that. And I'm following up with Zerglings. Now this, I probably shouldn't have done. I do make 7 drones, but I probably should have just, like, exploited the fact that I just took all that out, and I know he has no army.
Yep.
And just made a ton of drones. But I think my whole thing was like, okay, well, I know I did a lot of damage, let me see if I can end it. And so...
you want the early end. Well, I mean, you know,
but
you're playing a little bit like, what's his name? July Zerg, I would say.
Yeah, but I didn't make enough. You know, and so...
Lynx is going to do anything against this. I mean, you might pick off a Stalker. Yep, you do.
Yeah, so over here I'm just like, okay, well, I'm just going to harass this Nexus. But...
I mean, here's the thing, though. You had a really, really good chance of running or doing a run-through.
Yeah, well, then I decided I'd take 2 lanes and then run them through just to, like, see what's going on here.
Right.
Now, I don't know that I actually killed off any probes. I killed 2.
Yeah, I mean, negligible.
And, yeah, I didn't get anything there. And they killed my lanes, which is fine, but I got a scout on his base, so I was like, alright, whatever. But see, by doing what I did, though, I let him get back. You know, I have 30 harvesters, he has 31.
Yep.
You know, and I do have a macro hatch. I haven't looked at my base in a while. I have double Evo chamber, though I'm not researching anything. And again, that's just because I didn't make enough drones. You know, I still haven't taken my gas. I don't think I'm on layer yet. Oh, actually, no, I do have layer. But I do remember in the game that I was like, oh crap, I didn't even start my layer. Because I was watching the fight, so... You know, so, I mean, pretty much, honestly, we're even now. I mean,
you're back. You are kind of back to square one. I mean, sending out a lot more roaches here, but this is going to be a well-prepared army for your roaches.
Yeah. I also don't have roach speed, which sucks, and then I have these lings, which I, you know, probably should have waited for, but he has +1, and I'm going to get there before +1, so... I mean, I didn't know that in-game, but I don't think I have any upgrades now.
Right.
So now over here, I'm just like, okay, let me try and kite these zealots. So, I mean, not the best micro, but enough. Now, I should probably go home here, but... We'll see what I do, because I don't remember exactly. Okay, looks like I do go home, so go me.
Now, see, if I was Bregor, I would have actually sent my Stalkers after you.
Well, I don't think he has Blink yet. Yeah, so, I mean, he would...
he doesn't have Blink,
yeah.
But he also knows your roaches don't have speed.
Yeah, that's true. He's going to have Blink before speed, so he can pick off a lot of them.
Exactly.
See, the other thing, too, is... No, I did get this pylon that was over here, but I don't think he actually ever warped anything in, and he easily could have when he saw how many units I had. It just kind of, like, ran some zealots in. So now I'm getting Hydras and investing in +1. He's getting Observer. I think that's his first Observer. Yeah.
It is. He just built his Robo. Oh, also, funny thing. So I was watching a little bit of Chinese StarCraft broadcasting last night. You know what they actually call? Do you know what's the translation for an observer in Chinese?
No.
They call it a ding dong.
Oh Lord. I really don't even know where to go with that because there's just so many possibilities.
I know, but I heard it, I was like, oh dear Lord.
Yeah, the one thing to note here is I really need a drone. I'm at 24 to 41. I mean, he's throwing up tons and tons of tech. I have tech, you know, but I'm still behind his tech. And that's because, yeah, I did kill off those sentries, but I didn't take that chance to expand, you know, and make drones. So now I'm like, alright, I should probably make some drones. But that's, I think a lot of that's just because I put this gold up, and, you know, and then I looked at my natural, and I'm like, there's like no drones here, dude, what the hell?
Yeah.
So.
Well, one quick thing to know, that was actually a nice placement of a spore, because his observer flew right into that. Forcing him to make another one. 4 more gates coming down for Bregor. Looks like he's going in.
He's taking his third.
Taking his third. Psystorm coming on the research. Looks like he's going. I'm gonna say Psystorm Archon.
Yeah. Also, I throw down a Spire here, which again I'm thinking I shouldn't have. But I guess he figured at this point he knew I had roaches. He knew I was gonna go heavy ground. but I don't know. I mean, I made a Hydra and like I don't know. I think I just invested in too much tech here.
I think so too. I mean, if you're gonna get Hydras, right, and they're groove spines for the increased range, why bother getting a Spire? I mean, you haven't seen anything yet to indicate that he's not gonna.
I think my thing was that if I still have a little bit of time, I have the gold and he doesn't. And at this point, I'm pretty sure he's getting his third. You know, I don't... Actually, my Overlord would have scouted it, but I don't know. I don't know if I actually saw it. So here I'm like, okay, I need to see if he has his third. If not, I'm just going to try and sneak around and pick off some probes or something.
Right. Which actually, you know, again, you accidentally hit kind of a very, very nice timing. His third's just coming up right now. Your roaches are busting down the rocks. I mean, if Brago's not paying attention, he could easily lose this, you know, and that's 400 minerals sunk right there.
Right. Yeah, so I'm getting Burrow, I'm getting Carapace. I don't know why I got Burrow. It's probably just because I had so many roaches. I'm just like, alright, Burrow's probably a good idea. So now here, I think I'm just waiting for... Yeah, I'm waiting for a couple more roaches, because I'm sure... I know his army hasn't moved out, because I have the Zelnaga Tower, so... I know his army's in his base.
Well, let's take a look at this comp. He's got Blink Stalkers, Immortal out here, and wow, 4 Templars with Storm.
Yeah.
So now you move in, you're like... You must have been like...
I'm just trying to get his Nexus and get out, honestly. Okay. But here, he storms on me, and then I think he puts down a bunch of, what do you call it? Well, actually, I kind of have a surround. I have a good concave here, so I'm like, alright, I'm just going to stay. But then I'm like, alright, I'm losing all these units. But I figure I'd take out his Nexus. I'm going to trade some army, so whatever. Big difference here, though, is that I make 34 lings. And...
A little late, I would say.
Yeah, I make 34 lings. I'm trying to get +2. I have no army, like, right now. Like,
honestly, if you hadn't made those lings and just droned up instead, I would have said that was a very, very good trade. Because you knocked off all of his sentries, all of his Templars.
Yeah, he's basically pure Stalkers, and he has an Immortal now.
Right.
So... But yeah, I mean, he's sitting on, like, what, 7 gates?
He's sitting on...
5, 6...
yeah, 7 gate.
Actually,
right
I only see 6. But yeah, you know, over here he gets his observer. He sees that I have no units, and this is kind of, you know, I don't. He probably could have moved in. Yeah, here he goes. Maybe? No? Okay. There he goes. One thing to note that he doesn't have a forward pylon, so I don't know. I mean, if I can hold this off, I'm good. You know.
You're not gonna hold it off with 35.
No, I'm not. But I'm just saying, if I hold it off, though, it's good because he doesn't have a forward pylon. He can't reinforce. So, like, you know, it's kind of whatever. Also, I'm trying to get a 4th base up.
Right. Well, also take a look at the upgrades. He's at 1-1. You are at 1-1 for your ranged and 1-0 for your melee.
Yeah, I'm about to have 2-1. 2-1 for my ranged. See, at this point, I really wanted to make a bunch of roaches, but I need a drone, so I make like 17 here, which
I think
is gonna put me way ahead of him. But it's really late. Like now, I'm at 61 to his 50, but I have like no units. So if he attacks right now, I'm pretty much dead. So.
Yep, 35 to 67 is the army count.
Yeah.
Getting 7 mutas.
Yeah, this was... I was just making the mutas to try and, like, attack, like, maybe distract him or something, and, like, maybe take out something, you know, with it. Because he hasn't seen mutas this game, so I'm like, he's not going to expect it. You know, whatever. And plus I invested in the Spire earlier, so... In
hindsight, you know, if you know he has Blink, mutas aren't exactly the best comp against him.
Yeah, but I kind of figured his army was in front. Then over here he decides to move out, and, you know, if you look, I'm trying to get, you know, level 1 on melee. I have, like, no units. I mean, I easily could have just made a ton of units earlier, and, you know, this might be more of a fair matchup. But...
Oh, here he comes.
Yeah. So, you know, just look at this. Watch the supply. I'm at 125. Goes down, goes down. I'm trying to reinforce 66 links. I mean, which is just desperation. Because they'll just be out really quick. Roaches would have taken way too long. But his Immortal, I mean, his Immortal is going to do a shit ton. You know, those lings basically just are dead.
Yep.
So I'm just trying to, like, buy time, throw as much at him as I can. Over here I'm trying to pick off his Immortal, and then, yeah, I have run my mutas in like a retard, and they're all gone.
Oh, that Immortal has 12 life!
Yeah. He has 13 kills.
Yeah, 14 kill on that Immortal now.
Yeah, and I think here I already know my natural's gone. I don't know. I don't remember, but I think I pull all my drones. At this point, I know I'm gonna lose my main. You know, so I'm just like trying to decide. Okay, do I GG? Do I what? I mean, obviously, looking at it now, it's like yeah, I was dead. But
Yeah.
the only thing I could think was, hey, I have a shit ton of gas. I have a shit ton of minerals. You know, whatever. So maybe I can try and do something. You know, I don't know. Like, worker count, we're actually, like, even. So, you know, whatever. So over here, I'm just like, okay, let me just get up a shit ton of spines. You know. But,
Right,
see,
put
he's
him well against
reinforcing.
the main. No, he is reinforcing. That's the thing. He is reinforcing quite well.
Yeah. Yeah, these spines just didn't go up soon enough. But if you look over here, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to move my main over here. So before he takes off the tech buildings that I need to make lair, I make lair. You know, I got spawning pool, Hydra, I was pretty much just trying to drop everything. But I really should have just probably just dropped the Roach Warren and, like, sat on everything else and just prayed that roaches would be enough. Yeah, like, these mutas fly across. He doesn't do anything because he's just attacking my base. And I have a couple of spine crawlers going up, but I mean, look at the supply, 55, 94. I'm kind of watching these drones at my natural. They're not dead yet. I think I transfer them, or I might just let them die. I don't know.
I mean, at this point, I was saying to the Simons, if that's GG, there's no way you're coming back. You are half a supply right now, 70 to 146.
Right. So like over here now, I'm like popping out like 10 roaches, but you know, I needed to have done that earlier.
Too little, too late.
Yeah. So the spines are kind of going to delay him, but I mean, he can just blink in here and they're all gone. He's just not bringing his army in.
Right. I mean, at this point, he's just A-ing in. Just hitting attack and they're just moving in. Oh, there is a blink, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, and then now, I mean, it's over.
GG.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, the answer there earlier was just like, instead of making those lings, if I had just made roaches
Yep.
or drones, either one, and I would have been fine.
Yep.
So.
I remember that. I was like, oh, well done, X. Nice attack. Pick off the sentries. Now drone up, drone up, drone up. And then we were like, oh, how could you be making more lings now?
Yeah, I mean, that was stupid. But yeah, alright, we'll go ahead and load up game 3. This is the final game for this round, or for this matchup. Right,
so we are going to have finally, for the first time.
Yeah, the first time in this tournament we actually have a game 3. Because everyone else was 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, so... let me know when you're ready, I'm good.
Alright, I'm good.
Alright, I think this is my pick. I think I pick Antigua here, so... Yeah. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so spawning at like, I don't know, I guess 5 o'clock. We got Bregor. Again, the gold Protoss. Double gold. And yeah, so I mean, he just got off evening up. I won the first game, he won the second. And so now it's 1-1.
Do or die time. Do or die.
Yeah, the loser does actually get eliminated from the tournament here, so...
Alright, 2 o'clock position, Red Zerg, Xantoniel. Let's talk about the map for a little bit, X. Antigua Shipyard. Now, we know, I'm sure most people can figure out, or most of us who play this game, know that Antigua Shipyard is a Zerg favorite map. Do you know why?
I mean, I don't know that I would say that, because actually, like, some people are, like, really anti-Antigua. The only reason why I pick it is because the natural's so easy to keep. That's really the only reason. Like, your third is kind of exposed because of the destructible rocks and, like, you know, whatever. There's another attack path, but I just like it because the natural is easy to hold.
The natural is very easy to hold. The third is also very, very quick and nearby, especially for someone like Zerg, for a Zerg player. You can just basically put your, most of your troops down by the natural, and you can basically guard your third as well.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad map Like I said, if it wasn't for the destructible rocks, this would be like the perfect Zerg map. But because it's there, it's like, you know, you kind of have to defend both. But, you know, you kind of risk that anyway when you get it.